Morning, Coach.
Hey, Greg. Hey, guys. How we doing?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing great.
You are, it seems, down a quarterback over there.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think, one of the things that I try to do is make decisions in the best interest of the team. I always have to look at the team. That's the biggest part of my job. I can't look at individual guys. I've got to look at the team. And, we felt like, going into this week and after last game and over, the whole year, the body of work, that Grayson James really has earned the opportunity to start. And so, I brought both guys in on Sunday, talked to him about it. And, Tommy obviously, was not real thrilled about that. And he's decided to leave. And, we wish Tommy the best. We think very highly of him and, we wish him the best. But we're going to rally around Grayson. And we have a lot of confidence in Grayson. Grayson was hurt earlier in the year. He had a labrum surgery, missed a month, came back, took a while to come back. And, like I said, he's earned the right to start, and we're going with Grayson.
We've gone back and forth a little bit at times about the portal and NIL and how that is affecting specifically with you college football. Is this one of those things, you've been in football your whole life, where this is what's going to happen because there are other options that may not have been available prior to this for guys?
It's funny. I think each case is different, Greg. I think, just like everything, everybody's unique to their own situation. But I do think that, in the general sense of things, that, like, you and I could probably sit down and talk forever about the adversity that we've all been through in life and, how you have to deal with adversity, right? Whether you've been fired or, knocked down or whatever's gone on in your life, life is about dealing with adversity. That's really what life is about, in my opinion. Life is not always a bed of roses. And so, I think the transfer portal and, some of the things that are happening in college football, they are what they are. We embrace it at BC. We're in it. We feel really good about our place in college football. And we're going to recruit kids that understand what Boston College is all about. And, hopefully that philosophy works and we move forward. But life's about adversity and how you deal with it.
Bill, when you had this conversation with both of them, was there any talk of maybe Castellanos getting a different position at BC so he could stay with the team? Like, his build, 5'9", he's not really built like a quarterback. Was there any talk of him in his athletic ability being able to be helpful elsewhere for your team?
I didn't bring that up to him, Courtney. All I said was, look, at this point in time, we feel Grayson has earned the right and has given us the best chance to continue to win. And I told Tommy, you got to be ready, because if, knock on wood, if there's an injury or something happens, that, you're a heartbeat away from playing quarterback again. So I didn't bring up anything about a position change. Tommy feels strongly in his ability as a quarterback, and, he was not happy with what I said, and he's moving on. And I have nothing but positive things to say about Tommy. Tommy made a decision based on who who advises him, his family, and we're moving forward at BC.
Bill, how important is it to make sure that you're completely transparent and honest and clear with, guys you recruit, players as they come in each year? Because I feel like that, to me, is the most important thing as a former player. The guys that I respected, like Belichick and Parcells, there was no sugarcoating. From day one, you knew where you stood. When you got your opportunity, if you did something with it, you were going to play. And if you didn't, they were going to look to move in a different direction. So how important is that for you to be honest and transparent with these kids?
That's a great question, Wig. And I will never, ever, I'm not putting myself in the same sentence as Coach Parcells and Coach Belichick. But I will tell you that there's nothing more important than being upfront and honest with the player. And after collecting, a lot of information and watching things and, whatever position the guy plays, being able to show it to him on film, not just tell him, talk to him, including off the field, right? Like going to class, doing the right things. There's nothing more important than being honest with the player. If you're not honest with the player, you have no chance at having a winning football team. Absolutely no chance. And sometimes, these guys, they don't like what they hear. And but at the end of the day, that's my job, is to make sure that I'm telling them what I see, what the coaching staff sees, to put them in the best chance to succeed, not only on the football field but off the field. There's absolutely no more important thing than telling guys the truth. And we think about that every day, and we try to adhere to that philosophy every single minute of the day.
Yeah, Billy, Ken Laird does a great job of that here, I got to say. Great, fearless, legendary. How important, when you came to this decision, was it to you that you did not have any division in the locker room, and how has it been received since Sunday's news?
Our guys have shown up in practice. Sunday we practiced Tuesday, Wednesday, we practiced this morning. These guys are practicing hard. It's not like I said to the 3 or 4 people that cover us yesterday, media wise, I said, it's not a big dramatic thing. Like it is what it is. It's football. I've made a determination that this guy's playing better than the other guy, and I'm doing what's best for the team. And so, it's not like, this isn't like a soap opera. This is what it is. It's football. It's competitive. And you have to earn your right every single day in the BC football program to go out there and play. And so far these guys have shown up and been ready to go, and we're excited about our opportunity to go play a really good SMU team.
On a different note, do you agree with Kirk Herbstreit and others who say that fan behavior, specifically with what happened at LSU or Texas this season, is worse than ever before?
So I really like Kirk. He and I have known each other a long time. I didn't really hear exactly what he said, but I will tell you, from being in the SEC for a couple of years and having to be escorted out of the press box at several visiting locations by law enforcement. Look, these fans are passionate. I mean, it's what makes the game. But in the end, I mean, good Lord, at some point in time, your team's not always going to win. And, I do understand a little bit of what you're asking. But these fans are excited, man. They're passionate about their teams. Look at our Syracuse game last week. I'm not sure if you guys saw it, but it was a passionate crowd. I mean, there was a good crowd, and people are counting on Boston College to win. And we're very aware of that. But at the same time, sometimes you got to relax.
I'm hoping for a win on Saturday, obviously, but focusing on Grayson James, different in stature when it comes to Castellanos. What's been the difference maker when it comes to him and his receivers? What's the biggest change that we should be expected to see on Saturday?
I think Grayson does a good job of understanding what we're trying to do. He's very, very bright. He can get us, out of a bad play into a good play. I believe in his ability to throw the football down the field. He's an athletic guy. He's a big guy. He plays with good poise. Nothing really ever affects Grayson. I mean, like I said earlier, this guy, I don't think anybody knows, because it's not a pro football team, so we're not, we don't have to give out an injury report all the time. But this guy had surgery earlier in the year, missed a month. And so, that's part of this, right? We've got at that time, we had 2 good quarterbacks, and we feel like, as he's come back from his injury, he's played better and better every week. He helped us beat Western Kentucky. He went into the game against Syracuse in a very, very tough spot and helped us win the game. So, we're excited about Grayson, and, we're excited about going to SMU.
All right, Bill O'Brien.
I was just going to ask one real quick question. Bill, do you use a team like SMU, who was in the American Conference last year, and saying, look at what they've been able to accomplish in such a kind of short period of time in the ACC? Now it looks, they're the number 1 team in the ACC. Do you kind of use that as a blueprint to show that, hey, put it together on the field and anything is possible, especially with this new 12 playoff team system?
Absolutely. I think if you look around the country, SMU is a great example. They're a really good academic school. They've got a good coach. They've got a good philosophy as to how they run the program. Look at BYU. I think BYU is undefeated, right? Everybody's got their own niche. And I think at Boston College, we have a very unique product, a product that is built on a Jesuit education where, these guys can come get an unbelievable degree and they can play, Miami, Clemson, Notre Dame next year, SMU this weekend, and be developed to have a shot to play in the NFL. And I think, we have to continue to find guys that fit that criteria, and that's what we're trying to do.
Speaking of anything being possible before you go, I don't want to jinx this, but I heard from the subject of our mutual moonshot and was guaranteed that next season is a go. And there's a song on the new album that makes a certain game apropos and perfect for that performance at Boston College. So if you and I both survive, I mean work-wise, not in the living world. If we both survive until next season,
is this Megan the Stallion?
It's not Megan the Stallion. Oh. It's not. Bill wanted Eminem, but it's not Eminem. But they
Father Leahy loves Megan the Stallion. It'll be a real bash.
Yeah, no question. Yeah, that'll go over well.
They have agreed in principle, and it's going to happen next season. All right, so you and I, we need to plan this out and make it happen specifically for that game. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank
right. You, Greg.
All right, Bill O'Brien tonight over at the Stockyard for the coaches show. Yes.
Sir. Yes, sir. 6 to 7.
All right.
Stockyard.
Go hang out with Bill O'Brien over at the Stockyard tonight, and we appreciate, as always, you being on. And we'll talk to you again next week.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, that's Bill O'Brien, the head coach of Boston College football.